Okay, what I'm doing in this video is I am reading the text from the book Everything is an Argument. And I hope that if you watch this video and if you follow the textbook while you are watching the video, this video will help you understand the text. But understand that the video will not replace your reading. It will just be an additional support material. Let's read. So the first part is titled as Reading and Understanding Arguments. And let me read the first text. Chapter 1, Understanding Arguments and Reading Them Critically. Two things. How we can understand arguments and how we can read them critically. You can see the picture. Can you think for a while looking at this picture, what this picture might be hinting at? For example, what do you see in the picture? Social media, friends, photos, share, the like button, the enter button, networking, tweet. What does it indicate? So no doubt it indicates about the digital world today, right? Social media. Let's read. When you wanted updates during a national crisis, where did you go? An update is the latest news that you look for when there is any accident or incident or national crisis. Then you're always on the news site and you want to get the latest news. When you wanted updates during a national crisis, where did you go? And whenever a story breaks, like a breaking story, for example, and whenever a story breaks, what news sites do you visit? Even if you are not on Facebook or Twitter, these privately controlled for profit online media forums probably influence you now as much or more than so-called heritage media, that is, newspapers, magazines, television news, books, or even your school courses. So do you see what this text is doing? This text is comparing the old media with the new media. What is the new media? The new media is today's digital social media. The new media is the medium of the Facebook and the medium of the Twitter. And both Facebook and Twitter are privately controlled, and both Facebook and Twitter are uh, for-profit online media. They earn profit and they are online media. They are not printed traditionally on a piece of paper like newspaper, right? And this writer is making the argument that if there is any national crisis or if a story is breaking out, then even if you are not using Facebook, even if you do not use Facebook or even if you do not use Twitter, it shapes your thinking. It affects your opinion, right? Look, it says, influence you now as much or more than so-called heritage media. What is so-called heritage media? Heritage media is the medium of newspaper, the medium of magazines, the medium of television news, the medium of books. So this paragraph is comparing the online social media like Facebook and Twitter with the traditional heritage media like newspaper, magazine, television show, news, books, or even your school courses. And the argument it is making is that these new media forums like Facebook and Twitter, they probably influence us now as much as the heritage media does. Let's read ahead. Trendy topics, memes, slogans, and political movements start in social media today. Have you seen? We do not read printed Kantipur today. We do not watch television early morning. The first thing we do is we turn on the mobile phones and we glue to our screens. Let's check what the word memes mean online. Okay, a meme or meme, let's pronounce. I made a wrong pronunciation, incorrect pronunciation. As we can see, the correct pronunciation is meme. What is a meme? An image, video, piece of text, etc., typically humorous in nature, that is copied and spread rapidly by internet users, often with slight variation. Let me go to YouTube and see if we can find an example of meme. Just a minute. Okay. Let me write here. And check what we find. Okay, here we have a video, a 5-minute video that explains what a meme is.
Internet meme. And then being kind of annoyed because people very clearly thought that an internet meme was the only kind of meme there is.
We think about culture being eras, epochs or times within art, and so to actually talk about the discrete units that exist that are surrounding us all the time and how they evolve, and that was super interesting.
You know, all the time I was thinking, God, these brands are just going to tear me apart because of what I'm doing. But they're so in on the joke, and you have to be, and that's the thing. You can't be seen as going, you know, no, I don't want to be a part of this. This is the world we live in. This is it. This is what's going on around us.
Do you send a lot of memes?
I do, yeah, constantly. Rather than communicate, like, yeah.
That's how I communicate.
Yeah, and they can just say a lot more than one sentence as well in some situations.
True.
Yeah, a meme is a written joke, yeah.
Meme is a written joke
That's related to something that happens in real life.
that is related to something that happens in real life.
I think it also links with this ironic attitude to
Okay, meme links with ironic attitude to everything.
everything, where you can just express your, disdain, disappointment.
Okay, you can use memes to express your disdain, disappointment,
A lack of trust in something.
a lack of trust in something.
So that's why we call it a universal language.
So memes speak universal language. Look, the wonderful thing about memes is that anybody around the world understands what a memes might be trying to say.
It brings you to this part of like internet collective. So you
Okay.
feel that a certain community gets you, or maybe
People understand you,
you're getting a certain
or you understand what the community is trying to say. For example, memes used by students, for example.
community.
The term meme was first coined by biologist Richard Dawkins in 1976 in his book, The Selfish Gene.
I read The Selfish Gene, Richard Dawkins, back at university, and I was really inspired.
You can see what's happening to Donald Trump.
by the idea that you can have these units of culture called a meme that spread from.
So memes are units of culture that is spread from person to person.
Person to person. So Dawkins talks about religion being the ultimate meme, how you can have religion or the idea of God as such an infectious concept that you can't not think about it once you've heard it, but then as it passes from person to person, it evolves.
To understand memes, you need to understand the concept of a replicator.
Okay, to understand memes, you have to understand the concept of a replicator.
That is information that is copied with variation and selection.
Information that is copied with variation and selection.
So genes are a replicator. When animals make...
Okay, genes are compared to memes, or memes are compared to genes, because both memes and genes, they get replicated.
Or seeds grow and so on, you have information that's copied with variations and huge selection pressure, so most of them die. This is what Darwin saw back in The Origin of Species in 1859. The same applies to memes. All the information that we put out all day long, and all the books we read and the radio programs and TV things we watch and so on, they're competing for our attention. Most of them we forget, most of them nobody bothers to watch, and the very few that succeed and get millions of people involved are the ones that we see all around us in the world. Same process is happening in biology with a different mechanism.
Wonderful idea. Look how memes are compared to genes, and how Richard Dawkins, a biologist, first used the word memes while talking about genes that both replicate as well as they also keep changing.
First of all, like, it got a bit of attention, and but it sort of sat there for a little bit and things, and I was thinking, oh, maybe they're not that funny. And then there was a fashion show in Paris, the Dior show, and at the time Celine Dion was like super hyped, so she was over in Paris and everyone was just going crazy for her. And I saw this image of her with this Dior bag, so I put the Celine logo on top of it and faked it up to look like it was gold, posted it, went to bed, woke up in the morning to a complete tirade of messages on my phone, and Dior had reposted it, and it just completely kicked off.
We need a name for the new replicator. I want a monosyllable that sounds a bit like gene, said Richard Dawkins in his book The Selfish Gene, 1976.
When I think of memes, I think of them as synonymous with the idea of creating bits of culture.
Okay, so memes are synonymous with the idea of creating bits of culture.
And I think the best advertising and the best design and...
Okay, memes are best advertising in the best design, and the best thinkers.
The best thinkers behind the best advertising and best design have always gone out to create bits of culture, and that's mimetic. The fact that you've given people this structure for them to find themselves in, they might not have called it mimetic or called it memes.
It's really...
So memes, the word meme is very close to the word mimetic, where you imitate.
important to understand what it means to say genes are selfish, or replicators are selfish, or memes are selfish.
So genes are selfish, replicators are selfish, memes are selfish.
What it means is that they will get copied however and whenever they can, given the opportunity.
They will get copied whenever and however they can, given the opportunity.
So when we think about the world of memes, internet memes or every other kind of memes,
there are kinds of memes, internet memes, for example.
We think we're developing them, designing them, creating them for our own purposes, when a different way of looking at it is they are using us to...
The memes are using us, not we using the memes.
...get themselves ahead in the competition. And that way of looking at it shows you how very close to biology it is, and how
memes are very close to biology.
Our role is not to be in charge and doing it for our own sake. It's all really happening for the sake of the memes themselves.
Okay, Now you pause the video right here. We have an assignment. As you're watching the video, pause the video, take a copy, take a pen, and write one paragraph explaining, describing your understanding of what memes are. Please do not move ahead watching the video without doing the assignment. Pause the video, write a paragraph recording your understanding of what you understand by meme, and then only watch it further. Okay, hope you have done the exercise, and we'll move ahead with our book. So trendy topics, memes, slogans. Slogan, for example, small catchy sentences used by, for example, Coca-Cola company, which is Coke is it. Nike might use just do it, like that. And political movements start in social media. Very true. It is through social media we know what's in the trend. It is through social media we know about the memes. It is through social media we know about the slogans. It is through social media we know about political developments. But many a consequential argument does too these days. Now, the writer is saying that it's not only trends and memes and slogans and political movements that start in social media, but a number of arguments also start on social media like Facebook and Twitter. So do you see in this paragraph that we read right now, the writer is telling us about Facebook and Twitter, and the writer is comparing Facebook and Twitter with the traditional media like newspaper, magazines, TV, news, books, and school courses. And it is saying that today, trendy topics, memes, slogans, and political movements start on social media, and even arguments start on social media. Let's read ahead. Social media sites work because they are interactive. Look, on social media, you can post something, you can press the like button, you can show anger, for example. Let me show here on my Facebook account. Here I am. Now, if I put the cursor here, I have the options. Look here, I can like, I can love, I can show my care, I can show my attitude, haha. I can show wow, surprise. I can show sadness, or I can show anger. So do you see how interactive social media is? We don't have this feature in a traditionally paper printed newspaper. Do you realize? You can't express these 3, 6, 7 emotions or 6 emotions and plus thumbs up your like button in a traditional television or paper, for example. Okay. So social media sites work because they are interactive, as you saw earlier. For example, you can pass a comment here. Look, a new box opens here, and you can write a comment. For example, let me show you certain things with my post, for example, just one post. Okay, I posted one video 2 hours before. One person has liked a video 7 hours before. 2 people have liked a video I posted 7 hours before. 9 people have liked, right? And if I go to my YouTube, for example, let me show you. For example, here is the video. Let me open the video. Look, I'm showing you how this media is interactive. You can, for example, look here. How many people? I have 140 subscribers. 51 people have viewed this video, and there are 2 comments. Somebody writes, wonderful session. In first, you don't have such facilities in traditional media, for example. Okay, let's move ahead. Social media sites work because they are interactive, they are fluid, and they are entertaining. For example, as I watch my Facebook, I can just find something else. For example, just a minute. Let me show an example of entertainment. I can watch people's stories, for example. Look here. I can watch someone's story that she is a friend of mine on Facebook, and I can watch the story. I can hear. Look here. This is not possible in traditional media, for example. Let's read ahead. Social media. Can you see, if I was teaching in a classroom, I won't be able to do all these things that I've been able to do here on my laptop. Social media sites work because they are interactive, fluid, and entertaining. On Facebook and Instagram, you connect with friends, create groups, support causes, follow celebrities, share articles, and you make live stream. For example, you can go live on Facebook, right? Look here. If I type here, if I click this live video, look, if I just click go live, I'll be ready to go live, right? Okay. Same on Twitter. I don't know much about Twitter. I once tried to use Twitter, but it has a procedure, and I didn't feel comfortable. Same on Twitter, but quicker. So Twitter is quicker. Why? Because on Twitter, you're allowed to use only 250 character post or message, and enhanced by images. So you can use images, video, and links with your message, all searchable and archived. And for example, if I go to my Facebook, for example, now if I type here, let me show you something. For example, what I can do, manage my post. Let me see what I see here. If I go to that, look, I can see my previous posts I posted. I can manage them. Look, everything I have been doing is there, right? It records my social behavior. It records every activity that I do, right? Okay, so it is searchable, it is archived. For example, let me show you one more example here, how I can put something in archive. For example, suppose that I want to use this post and put it in my archive. So pin post, save link, edit post, edit audience, turn notifications, turn off transactions, move to archive. Look here. Now if I click, it's gone to archive. Now people won't see it. Look, such interaction is never possible in traditional media. You see, it's supercharged chatter. You can chatter with so many people, pulls in people from every walk of life. You can invite people you don't know to talk to you. For example, if you watch YouTube, for example, in certain channels, not mine, in certain channels, while the video is being played, for example, on this side, you will see a conversation going on, a live conversation where people keep posting messages while the video is being played, right? Okay. In people from every walk of life, talking heads, politicians of all stripes, professionals, activists, advocates, extremists, they are there, right? Haters. In Nepali social media, you see a lot of people don't have their face identity, and they write provoking messages. Ordinary folks too. More women than men, more wealthy than poor, more progressives than conservatives. If 2019 Pew Center report is reliable, according to Pew Center report in 2019. The report said that on social media, there are more women than men, there are more wealthy than poor, there are more progressive people than conservatives, right? Even presidents of the United States is there. What could be wrong with that? Now look, what do you see here? This writer or this argument is making a case. What case? This argument is making the reasoning, the case in favor of social media like Twitter and Facebook. And you see, the writer is spending more time, space, and energy and words to talk about the new media of Facebook and Twitter. That is not talking about older media. And he's comparing, and he seems to be in favor of the new media. Let's move ahead. What could be wrong with that? He says, nothing. Nothing is wrong with new social media. When it works, nothing is wrong. When things work, social media today certainly connects more people more effortlessly than even Star Trek. For example, here I'm on my Facebook, and it's night. It's 36 minutes past midnight here. And if I want to talk to my son who is in America right now, it's afternoon over there. So I can just give him a call. And if I give him a call, he'll be there. Look how I can interact, right? Right now, can you see how much I'm interacting? I'm showing you a book there. I'm taking you to YouTube. I'm taking you to Facebook. Nothing when it works. Social media today suddenly connects more people more effortlessly than even Star Trek. What was Star Trek? Let me just type and find out. Okay, what was Star Trek? I see that Star Trek was created by American writer and producer Gene Roddenberry and chronicles the exploits of the crew of the starship USS Enterprise, whose 5-year mission is to explore space and, as stated in the title sequence, to seek out new life and new civilizations to boldly go where no man has gone before. That's what Star Trek was about. So social media takes us farther than I remember like that statement in Hindi, जहाँ न पहुँचे वहाँ पहुँचे, जहाँ न पहुँचे रवि वहाँ पहुँचे कवि. Now we have to say जहाँ न पहुँचे कवि वहाँ पहुँचे social media. So, and people excited by ideas and arguments are usually a good thing. Many Twitter posts, threads. I think a thread is, I don't know what a thread is. Let's just check what is a thread in a Twitter post. Let's ask here. What is a thread in a Twitter post? A thread on Twitter is a series of connected tweets from one person. With a thread, you can provide additional context and update or an extended point by connecting multiple tweets together. Tap the compose icon to draft a new tweet. So that's what a thread is. A series of connected tweets from a single person is known as a thread on Twitter. Look how easy is it for me to teach you. If I was in a classroom at our university, our classrooms don't have internet connectivity. And if I don't know something, I'm helpless. But here, I'm in my bedroom, on my bed, midnight, 39 minutes past 1, and I'm teaching you. Look, technology. All this is possible because I can post my video on Facebook page or the Facebook group, and I can reach you. So, and people excited by ideas and arguments are usually a good thing. Many Twitter posts, threads, and replies are eliminating, especially early on in the discussion. But social media now, keep in mind, whenever you see the word but in an argument, let me highlight it. but is an argument marker. What happens when we use but in an argument? What goes before but the idea and what comes after but the idea, the two ideas will be contrasting. But is used to bring together two opposing ideas. And this connective is very much used in argumentative writings. But that means now the writer will say something against social media, because so far he was praising social media. Let's read. But social media often turns ugly. So do you see? Let me just do something here for understanding. Do you see here? Up to here, let me make a line. What does it do? For example, the writer talks positive things about social media. Do you see? Now, after but, what happens? Now here, you can see the topic sentence. Now, the writer criticizes social media. So do you see? And this praise and this criticism is connected together with this word but. Idea 1, but idea 2. This is the structure of argument. As we read this book, which is about argument, you will see that every paragraph teaches us what an argument is and how we write an argument. I taught you right here, idea 1, but idea 2. Let's read ahead. But social media often turns ugly. Here in the previous paragraphs, he showed how social media turns beautiful. Right here, for example, we can write here like this. For example, here. Social media is beautiful. Fine. Now here he writes, social media is ugly. What happens in argument? In argument, we bring various views, right? But social media often turns ugly. Trolls. What is a troll? For example, let's ask here. A person who intentionally antagonizes others online by posting inflammatory, irrelevant, or offensive comments or other disruptive content. So if you want to defame somebody, you troll them. Have you heard, like, for example, people trolled Shahrukh Khan, for example. People trolled Deepika Padukone, for example. These days, people are trolling Ravi Lamichhane, for example. Do you see the cartoons? Right? So what is a troll? Intentionally spreading something bad and irrelevant and offensive about somebody. Right? Okay. Trolls on social media, they post toxic items, something that disturbs you, driving people into opposing camps. Now, today in Nepal, have you seen there are people who are trolling Lamichhane, and there are people who are trying to protect him. Even Sandeep Lamichhane, who was included in the national cricket team, I saw today there was a troll for him. pictures which are criticizing Lami Chan and Cricket Council, as well as pictures that are supporting him. Trolls post toxic items, driving people into opposing camps. People get divided in favor of and against, where ideas are not so much engaged as are mugged. Let's check the meaning. So mug as a transitive verb, mugging means to assault an individual, usually with intent to rob. So mugging is attacking on someone. So ideas are not so much engaged. When you engage with an idea, you think about it. When you engage with an idea, you try to verify the truthfulness of the idea. But when you mug with an idea, what do? When you mug with an idea, you attack on the idea. So today on social media, people are not discussing ideas. People are attacking ideas. People are abusing ideas. A while ago, I saw a post on Sandeep Lamichane, and one of my students wrote a comment to Savitri Neupane, I guess, the Jayanari girl. I could see more than 200 responses, comments, which had horrible language, abusive language against that lady. That's what mugging is. Most of the boys in that post, they were using slangs and dirty language, abusing that lady. They were not engaging with the idea. So today on social media, people don't engage with ideas. They attack ideas. Nuances disappear. Bad motives are assumed. People imagine motives on the post. You post with one meaning and people understand the other way. Evidence is skewered. What does it mean? Let's check. So skewer is a long piece of wood or metal used for holding pieces of wood, typically. Okay, just a minute. Skewer as a verb means to fasten or pierce with or as if with a skewer. Okay, let's read. Evidence is put together. Identity politics starts. You see in Nepal, you see how we have this identity politics. Only today I was seeing a post in Indian media about हमको क्षत्रिय होने में गर्व है. I see groups like G Neva, We Nevas. Have you seen Facebook groups based on ethnicity and caste and language and religion? Right? We have identity politics in social media. And public shaming. What is public shaming? Okay. Public shaming is a form of norm enforcement that involves collectively imposing reputational costs on a person for having a certain kind of moral character. Open online public shaming actions aim to disqualify her from public discussion and certain normal human relation. Let's check here. We didn't get good. Okay. Let's watch a small video about what is public shaming. Let's look for a small video. How long is this? Okay, let me type modify my question. What is public shaming? Okay, let's watch this video and see if we can understand.
In 2015, if you were in Minnesota going in to get your regular teeth cleaning at River Bluff Dental, you would have encountered a bizarre, unsettling scene. These are just some of the signs that vandalized an abandoned dentist's office. The reason? Walter Palmer, a dentist working there, had gotten into deep trouble for trophy hunting in Africa. But Walter's problem wasn't with the law. He had the correct hunting permits. His business was in shambles because he had killed Cecil the lion and the story had gone viral. An outraged internet mob quickly rallied, determined to make Walter pay.
You know, Ravi Lamichhane today is going through public shaming. You understand? You know, insulting someone on online media. Public shaming is practiced on social media, how people quickly spread bad things about people. Look, what's going on about Ravi Lamichhane now. Usually with the intent of muffling debate. What is muffling debate? Drawing attention away from an issue. Okay, let me just check the meaning. Okay, to make a sound quieter or less clear. So if you muffle a debate, then you make it quieter. You try to put people's attention away from it, right? Just a minute. So social media is also used to cool down a debate. Now we have example. Taylor Lawrence described the environment in the Atlantic in 2018 as trolls and bad actors have weaponized social media sites like Twitter, abuse campaigns, harassment campaigns can become mechanisms for spreading misinformation. Misinformation is a very serious problem on social media, particularly during times of crisis or during elections. Have you seen during elections how much misinformation is spread? Even today, there is a lot of misinformation about Ravi Lamichhane on social media and divisive political content. And social media is also used for political campaigning on social media. So now another very important thing to pay attention to. What is this so? So is known as a conclusion marker. Whenever you see the word so, stop. Because see the structure here, argument structure. You have an idea, then you have the contrast marker, but you have another idea, then you have so. Let me write the structure here. For example, A, but B, so C. A but B, therefore C. Now A and B are the two ideas, reasons, and C, and this third so is conclusion. Reason plus reason and conclusion. Right? See the structure. There are claims or reasons and conclusions. So for good reason, many people walk away from such forums. Now this please read very carefully. What is such forum? What does such forum mean? Such forum means forums like Twitter and social and Facebook. The writer gave you reasons why people walk away from Facebook and Twitter, especially in this paragraph. So for good reason, many people walk away from such forums. Writing in the New York Times, Maggie, can you see how is this writer doing? Because this is a scholarly text, they say every time the writer makes a claim, he brings evidence. For example, Taylor Lawrence described the environment in Atlantic. There's a quotation. A text is quoted to make it more credible. Again, we have uh, uh, somebody writing from New York Times, Maggie Haberman, explained her own decision to leave. See an example. Look, see, there it says people walk away from social media. Another example. Claim, example. Claim, evidence. What is argument? In argument, you will see claim. What is the claim? People walk away from such forum. Claim. What is the evidence? For example, Maggie Haberman explained her own decision to leave Twitter. Maggie Haberman is the example, evidence, to support the claim that today people are walking away from social media. Her own decision to leave Twitter, describing it as an anger video game for many users. What is Twitter? An anger video game for many users. It is the only platform, she writes, on which people feel free to say things they would never say to someone's face. Look, social media gives you leverage. Social media functions as a lubrication. What you cannot say on someone's face, you can say on social media. This is very true. For example, I'll show an example to you, a very, very interesting example. Here's my Facebook account, and look what happens. Here is uh, uh, this is a page that our department has created to pass information to the faculty. And what I do here, I do this often, not other people. I post my stuff here, right? For example, I made a complaint here, right? I posted a complaint, for example. Now, if I have to say this to my department on the face, I won't be saying it probably. So what do you see? Look, I can easily post my anger on this page. I cannot show my anger that easily to my department head. Right? You see? Okay, move ahead. So it is the only platform on which people feel free to say things they would never say to someone's face. Her critique, her means Maggie Haberman. Her critique resonates because arguments of the sort we encourage in this book, this one we are reading, work best with open-minded audience. Look at the word, being open-minded. When you are open-minded, you engage with an idea. When you are narrow-minded, you attack an idea. So this book teaches to receive arguments with open mind, not with a narrow mind, biased mind. Okay. Her critique resonates because arguments of the sort we encourage, we means the editors, writers of this book, in this book, work best with open-minded audiences willing to listen to others. See, I'll highlight this thing. This is a very crucial thing. Open-minded audiences willing to listen to others. This is what this book is teaching you. This is what the course is teaching you. To be open-minded and to be willing to listen to people, not blindly attack, not troll people, not mug with the ideas, but engage with the ideas. Writers who insult and bully others. Writers who insult and bully is attacking, are neither arguing nor persuading. The word argument has two meanings. Be careful. One meaning of argument is to quarrel. Another meaning of argument is to make a claim, back up the claim with reasoning and evidences, and try to persuade people in a civilized manner. Arguments are at the heart of civilization. Arguments are at the heart of democracy, right? Writers who insult and bully are neither arguing nor persuading. And sadly, habits of social media corrupt culture at large. Look, what claim is this author making while criticizing? Let me highlight it. He says that many habits of social media, as he gave examples, they corrupt our culture because they do not encourage a culture of debate and discussion and reasoning. They encourage a culture of hate speech. Shallow ideas get attention without hard work on social media. For example, let me spend 1 minute only and let's have a quick look on my social media wall and see if we have some shallow examples posted by somebody. Just a minute. I'll just scroll for a while. Let me see. Shallow examples. Look here. रवि फँसेको होइन आफै चालु हो पार्टीको सभापति हो कसैको बुढीको पत्ती होइन आफ्नो फैसला आफै लिन सक्थे तर त्यो भएन तसत रवि मुर्दाबाद. Where is it coming? In a group Rajtantrabadi Nepal. Who has posted? Bam Khadak. Look, this is an example of what? An example of how social media corrupts culture at large. Shallow ideas. This is an example of shallow idea. If you scroll down, you can find many more like this. Look here, NGO and INGO, जबसम्म लखडिँदैन परिवर्तन हुँदैन. As you go down, you will see a lot of such shallow ideas, right? Okay. Shallow ideas get attention without hard work. To write a research paper, for example, you have to do a real hard work. You have to spend 6 months. But to get attention on social media, you just create a sexy, glamorous, hot TikTok. You get more people than a scientist gets writing the research paper, right? So social media brings shallow attention without hard work. In contrast, responsible arguments require, look here, look what he's saying, highlight it. Responsible arguments versus shallow ideas. Shallow ideas don't require hard work. Responsible arguments require hard work. This course in academic writing 2 argumentation teaches you to write responsible arguments. What do they require? Responsible arguments, as you can see here, they require, just a minute, comment, they require clear and nuanced claims backed by sound reasons. Look here. This is a very good example of definition of an argument. What is that? An argument is where there are clear claims. What is a nuanced claim? Let me just check here. A nuanced thesis, argument, or debate of any kind produces subtle distinction or variation in its details, borrowing the first sense described by Merriam-Webster here. Let's check here. What do we have? or example here. Schools should not require students to wear uniforms since it forces students to purchase specific clothes they may not like wearing. Schools should require students to wear uniform because the rule helps students focus on learning, not on what they are wearing every day. So a nuanced claim is, let's go back, a nuanced claim is a balanced claim. That's not sweeping. So what is a good argument? An argument is good if it is a clear and balanced claim. Second, the claim should be supported with reason and reliable convincing evidence. Let me highlight that again. Look here. Reliable convincing evidence. Look, claim. What is an argument? Claim, reason, evidence. Let's write here clearly. What are the elements of argument? Claim, reason, evidence, right? They are produced by writers who respect the see. Writers who respect their readers, even those with differing views. On social media, when someone disagrees with you, you start गाली देने फोरी फोरी. Oh God. कान थुन्नु पर्छ मिडियाबाट. You have to close your eyes. You can't read the dirty words. I was earlier speechless seeing what people were saying to that Jayanari lady, Savitri Neupane. Oh God. Even here, for example, can we find an example? Just a second. We might find an example. Look here. Leave it. Let's come back. So, look, why arguments are respected? Why people who write arguments, read arguments, understand arguments are respected? Because they are based on hard work. They are based on clear and balanced claims. They are based on sound reasons. They are based on reliable and convincing evidence. They are based on respect for the reader. They are based on respect for those who don't agree with them. And they take time and effort. Look, you can post an abuse on social media in a minute. You cannot write an argument in a minute. You might have to spend a week. Yes, people can be swayed by very short messages on social media. If that were not the case, we would not have so many words for clever remarks. What does it mean? Let's check the meaning of these words. Okay. What is apothegm? A short, pithy, and instructive saying or formulation. Or is that? Let me go back. Let's further check the meaning of this word. Okay. Here we have A short, witty, instructive saying, an aphorism or maxim. Okay, we got the right meaning. So we have many words for the meaning of clever remarks, like aphorisms, axioms. What's an axiom? Check it. What is an axiom? A statement or proposition which is regarded as being established, accepted, or self-evidently true. Okay. Bon mot, what is that? A bon mot is a witty remark, right? Then epigrams. A pithy saying or remark expressing an idea in a clever and amusing way. Okay. Maxims. What is that? A short, pithy statement expressing a general truth or rule of conduct. Quips. A witty remark. Witticism. A witty remark. So these are all synonyms for the word meaning of clever remark. So an apothegms is a clever remark, an axiom is a clever remark, bon mots are clever remarks, epigrams are clever remarks, maxims are clever remarks, quips, witticisms, all these are the words that mean a clever remark, right? Let's say it again. Yes, people can be swayed by very short messages. If that were not the case, we would not have so many words for these clever remarks. And yes, genuine, look, the writer is comparing genuine persuasion with clever remarks. Social media has clever remark, but genuine arguments have persuasion, genuine persuasion. And yes, genuine persuasion can occur even in social media when strong claims are endorsed by rational authorities. Look, how can you make a social media post trustworthy? How? Making strong claims. First thing, always make strong claim, not shallow claims, and endorse your claim with a rational authority. What is this authority? Using logic, bringing evidences, scholarly evidences to support your claim, backed by links to convincing evidence. You have links to other websites which shows evidences, images, and videos to back up your claim. So what makes your claim on social media persuasive? It should be a strong claim. It should be endorsed by rational authority. And authority in an argument is a source that supports the idea. Links that take you to convincing evidences, images, and videos. A Twitter storm can sometimes be welcome as rain after drought. Here is a comparison. Like a Twitter storm, a hot debate on Twitter can sometimes be welcome as rain after drought. See the simile. A Twitter storm compared to rain after drought. Just as rain after drought is welcome, sometimes a Twitter storm can be welcomed by people. But again, say, whenever you have this contrast marker, stop and pay attention. But more than ever, it is important to understand that extended argument, let's highlight, looks like, understand, but more than ever, it is important to understand what extended argument looks like and how its strategies help to civilize our world. Look, we need to understand what an extended argument looks like and how the strategies of argument can help to civilize our world. Why arguments are important? Because they civilize our world. It makes more durable connections between people than can 280 characters pounded on one fly into a keyboard. Do you see now clearly by the end of this page, the writer is clearly making an argument, making a reasoning, arguing that sustained arguments are much more important for society than 280 character messages on Twitter or Facebook. So what is the author doing? The author is comparing social media like Facebook and Twitter with academic arguments. And the author is saying why academic arguments are much more valuable and important than short, shallow messages on social media. So I stop here. I read. Now I have an assignment for you. Listen very carefully. Assignment 1. Prepare an outline of this text, not exceeding more than 1/3 of the total words in this text. Or let's say, prepare a skeleton of what this author is saying. 1. Second, assignment 2. Summarize the argument. Summarize the argument. When I say summarize the argument, what do? You write the background of this argument. For example, this writer is, if you go to the beginning, you can see the background. He is talking about media today, and he's saying that we are drawn by social media today as we used to be drawn by newspapers, magazines, TV, books, and courses. Background. Then he compares social media like Facebook and Twitter with traditional academic argument. He shows the pros and cons of social media. He shows what is good about social media, what is bad about social media. And then he compares social media with academic argument. And he shows why and how arguments are more important than short messages on social media like Twitter. So I want you to summarize this text in a single paragraph. So 2 assignments. You watched my video. You can watch it again if you need to. You can read. Assignment 1, prepare an outline of this text. Assignment 2, summarize the text in an outline. In the first assignment, you will write in points, not in sentences. in the first assignment, you will write only important points. In second assignment, you will summarize. Third, I have a question. Third question. I write it here down. What is the claim that the writer makes in this argument? Answer in one sentence. What reasons does the writer furnish in support of his or claim? Third question. What evidences does the writer bring to back up the reasons? Fourth question. What argument markers does the writer use? You will answer these four questions in a single sentence. For example, you will write 4 sentences to answer 4 questions. So you have 3 assignments. Assignment 1, preparing an outline in points. Assignment 2, summarizing the argument in a single paragraph. Assignment 3, answering these questions. I hope you will sincerely do this, because it is 21 minutes past 2 at midnight and I did not sleep to prepare this content for you. I'm working hard, not sleeping at night, with the hope that my students too will not sleep at night and work hard. Thank you for watching. I'll post another video soon. Thank you once again.